Okay, folks, now there are a few different ways that you can outline a persuasive speech, but I want you just to focus on this way to do it. You'll see some similarities to the informative speech, specifically in the introduction and in the conclusion. You'll see some similarities. You still have the same transitions, the same transition template rather, and you still have 3 main points. The thing is, I'm telling you what your 3 main points will be. So just like in any other type of speech, when you're outlining a speech, I want you to start with the body. So let's start by talking about what your main point 1 should be. In your main point 1, you should be talking about the need. What is the problem that you're going to provide a solution to, or that you want us to help you fix? So you're going to talk about the status quo, also known as how things are right now. So you may say that if you're talking about cancer, you may say how many people are dying every year of cancer. Or if you're talking about problems associated with people being hospitalized for cancer, or that there's not enough cancer research, different things like that. That's what you would talk about in your claim 1. Your claim 1 is the status quo. It's building up the foundation of why we need to adopt your solution. Your second claim in your body will be the negative impacts of the problem. So there can be some similarities between the status quo and the negative impacts of the problem, but I really want you to drive home what negative things are happening because your problem exists. So when you're talking about the status quo, you may be talking about it in a very general way. Hit it home when you talk about the negative impacts of the problem. And that is your main point 1, where you describe why we need a solution. Then in your main point 2, you're going to be providing us a solution. I want you to give us a detailed plan on how you want to solve the problem. If you're wanting us to contact our legislators, I want you to pick specific legislators and give us the directions on how you want us to contact them, whether or not it's their email address or their phone number or what have you. But you need to be specific and you need to be detailed on the steps. Next, you need to show how your plan will solve the problems that you discuss in your main point 1. So how will writing my senator help a problem? That's what you discuss here. Or if your plan was donating to American Cancer Society, how will donating to American Cancer Society help the occurrence of cancer or help find a cure? Then, if applicable, you can discuss potential opposition to solution and why it is insignificant. So if you're talking about specifically legalizing marijuana, there are 2 strong fronts on this, the people that are pro and the people that are against. So you may want to take time here to discuss, well, this is the biggest problem that people against my solution have with the solution, and then show why that problem that they see is insignificant compared to the potential positive effects of solving that problem. Are you with me still? So first we talk about the need for the problem. Next we talk about the solution. Third, we help your audience visualize a world where your problems no longer exist. Your problem no longer exists. So the first claim that you're going to have is you're going to re-emphasize the negative impacts of not solving the problem. So you're reminding them that these bad things are occurring because we haven't adopted my solution yet. And be specific. Then you talk about the positive consequences to solving the problem, large scale. So I want you to talk about how it's going to help our society or how it's going to help a large group of people. Maybe the whole nation, maybe the whole world, maybe the state of Arkansas, maybe your community. And then your next claim, I want you to emphasize the positive consequences to solving the problem to the individual. So how is it going to help your audience specifically, your audience members specifically? So we see that this is persuasive because you tell them that we have this problem, and what that problem looks like and the negative impacts of that problem. Then you tell them, well, I have a solution. And then you help them visualize a world or what they're going to experience when that solution happens. So let's go back and go ahead and talk about the introduction. It's exactly the same except for the thesis statement. So you start off with your attention getter, make it strong. It should not be, hi, my name is, and I'm going to talk about. That's obnoxious. Do a fact, a story, a joke, something along those lines. Then you have your listener relevance link. Why is this topic relevant to the audience? Be specific. You know your audience members by this point. So make sure you're driving that home, why they should continue listening to your speech. Then, for the speaker credibility statement, why are you the authority? Why are you an expert on this topic? Maybe you've been studying this for 6 weeks. Maybe you have experience with whatever you're talking about. That's where you tell it there. Now on your thesis statement, for your informative speech, you said, today I'm going to inform you. This time for your persuasive speech, you're going to say, today I'm going to persuade you to blank. This is where you fill in your call to action. We're going to talk about that in just a moment when we go to the conclusion, but I want to go ahead and put that in your head. So then we have the preview of points. So you may literally say, first I'm going to tell you about the problem. Second, I will tell you about my solution. And then I will describe a world where this is no longer a problem. Very simple, right? And then you carry that same language that you use in your preview of points through all of your transitions. Now that we've talked about the introduction and the body, let's go ahead and move on to the conclusion. You do your review of main points. You use the same language from your preview of main points and from your transitions. Then you have your call to action. You hit home exactly what you want them to do. You summarize your plan in a few words. So today you should email your senator. Today you should donate to cancer research. Today you should help me legalize marijuana. Whatever the main thing that you want your audience to do, sum it down to that one short statement. That's your call of action. It drives home exactly what you want your audience to do after this speech. And then finally, the clincher. You reference to the attention getter, but I want you to remember, you want to leave it at a point where you're leaving your audience wanting to do whatever you ask them to do. So maybe you connect back with your attention getter and then connect it with your call to action. Whatever it is, it needs to be memorable. It needs to be dropping the mic. It should not be, I'm done. That's over. I'm glad the speech is over. That's the end. You see what I'm saying. That should be enough information for you to fill out your outline and for you to be successful on this persuasive speech that I look forward to. Have a great night. Bye-bye.